Hello students, let's work this problem together. The following table represents Mr. Tovar's monthly budget in percentages. Mr. Tovar's income is $4,500 monthly. Choose the statement that is not supported by the table. So we are looking for the statement that is not true. So in our cube strategy, we have circled or highlighted our important information. We boxed in our question, and now we are going to elaborate by using the information in the table to help us find percentages. When we are trying to find numbers that are percentages or turn numbers into percentages or percentages into a regular amount, we use percent proportions. So for each statement, we are probably going to have to make a percent proportion. Let's start with statement A. Mr. Tovar spends $405 on utilities. So what we know from the table is the percentage. We do not know the actual dollar amount. So this question is asking us to figure out what percentage, what 9% means out of the total budget. So let's go ahead and set up a proportion for letter A. In letter A, in our proportion, the part to total is going to be, the part that we want is utilities. So I'm going to go ahead and look at that. That's 9%. So here we're going to put our percents, and here we're going to put our regular numbers. So the percent is 9%, and the total percentage of the budget is the entire budget. The entire budget would represent 100% of the budget. So now we also know the total, which is $4,500. So the total monthly budget of $4,500 represents 100%. But what we want to know is, what does 9% represent? How much money? And we're asking, is it going to be $405? So we're going to solve our percent proportion. We're going to find our cross products. So 9 times 4,500. And we're going to multiply that here. 45, carry 4, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. So 40,500. On the other side, we're going to multiply x times 100, which is 100x. And now we're going to solve our one-step equation. So we're going to divide by 100 to eliminate the coefficient, because 100 divided by 100 is 1. And so that leaves us with x. And on the other side, we have to do the exact same thing. If we divide it by 100 on one side of the equation, we divide by 100 on the other side of the equation. So we have, if we eliminate the two zeros because we divide both of them by 100, then we have 405 divided by 1, which would give us 405. So x is 405, and it's in the regular side, so it's dollars. So $405, and this is true. But we are looking for something that is not true, so that is not our answer. Okay, so now we're going to do the exact same thing, but this time we're doing B. Less than $900 of Mr. Tovar's monthly budget is spent on telephone and food. So this time we want to know about telephone and food. So if we look for that in our table, we have telephone is 4% and food is 15%. So 15 plus 4 That's 19%. And we're going to turn that into a percent box. Let's go ahead and write that here. So we have our part and total. And remember that the part that they want this time is for telephone and food. And we know our total for the entire month, our budget, is 4,500. We also know that that represents 100% of the budget. So now let's think about what we want our percent number or regular number to be. We need one more number. And that's going to be the number that we got for telephone and food from our table. We got 19%. So we're going to go ahead and put 19 right here in the percent side. And we're going to figure out how much money would that be. So we're going to multiply 19 times 4,500. We'll go ahead and work that out here. That's 0 times 9, 0 times 9. 5 times 9 is 45. We're going to carry 4. 36 and 4 is 40. And then we're going to put a placeholder. And then we're going to multiply everything times 1. So 0 times 1, 0 times 1, 5 times 1, 4 times 1. We're going to add those up. And we get 85,500. We're going to put that here. And that is equal to 100 times x, which is 100x. So now I have a one-step equation that I can solve. I want to eliminate my coefficient, so I'm going to divide by 100, because when I divide 100 by 100, I get 1, and that would be 1x, which means x is all by itself now. But whatever I do on one side, I'm going to go ahead and do it to the other side. And remember that when we are dividing by 100, it's going to get smaller, and we can eliminate those zeros. So 85,500 divided by 100 leaves us with 855. 100 divided by 100 leaves us with 1. And so 855 divided by 1 is 855. Now this is in the dollar side, so that would be dollars. And is $855 less than 900? Yes, it is. So this is true. And we are not looking for anything that's true. We're looking for something that is not supported. So that is not our answer. Okay, so we're going to continue with letter C. Mr. Tabari uses $2,500 for medical services, mortgage, and credit card payments. So we're going to do medical services, mortgage, and credit card payments. So I look for those here. We have medical services, mortgage, and credit card. And we want to put all of those together. So 25 plus 15 plus 10, that would give us a total of 50. So 50% is spent on those items. And so 50% of his budget is just half. We can also think about it that way. Okay, but I'm going to go ahead and set up the proportion just so we can see what it would look like. Put our part and total. We already know that for this one, we want 50%. That's what we figured out. So that would be 50% out of 100%, which is the entire budget. We also know the total or entire budget is $4,500. So we can figure out the part that would be for medical services, mortgage, and credit card payments. Okay, so if we do the cross products, 4,500 times 50, we can work that out. 4,500 times 50, everything times 0, and then placeholder. 0 times 5 is 0, 0 times 5 is 0, 5 times 5 is 25, we carry 2, 20 plus 2 is 22. So that's going to be 225,000. Let's go ahead and write that here. 225,000 is equal to, on this side, 100x. Let's go ahead and solve our one-step equation. So our coefficient is 100, so we want to divide by 100. Because 100 divided by 100 is just 1x. On this side, we're going to divide by 100 as well, because we do the same thing to both sides of an equation. So 225,000 divided by 100 is 2,250. 100 divided by 100 is 1. So we have 2,250 for x, which is the dollar amount. And here in letter C, it says Mr. Tavares is 2,500. So did we get the same thing? No. So this looks like it's not true. And so that looks like it might be my answer. However, I'm going to go ahead and just check to make sure with letter D. So more than 1,200 of Mr. Tavares' monthly budget is spent on emergencies and food. Okay, so let's look. Emergencies and food. Emergencies is 12% and food was 15. So 12 plus 15 is 27%. And so we could build a proportion with 27%. And we would have, I'm going to make it really small right here, the part and the total. So again, we know the total is 4,500. That's not going to change. And the same thing with the percent. That's 100%. However, the percent that we have, the part that we're interested in, is 27%. And we want to know how much money that would be. So 27 times 4,500. I'll go ahead and give you a moment to work that out. Okay, so did you figure it out? Yes? Good, so you got 121,500, and that's equal to 100x. So we're going to divide by 100 on both sides of the equation, and that's going to leave us with x is equal to 1,215. So is 1,215 more than 1,200? Yes. So this is true. But again, we were looking for something that is not true. So the only statement that was not true was C. So our correct answer is C. Mr. Tavares uses 2,500 for medical services, mortgage, and credit card payments. That's not true because we only got 2,250 would be half or 50% of the budget, not 2,500.